Hey guys, this is Yaya from Two Girls, One Buck podcast, and I'm here to talk to you about one of the main reasons why three idiots were able to even start a podcast in the beginning. It's Anchor.fm. If you hadn't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. For one, it's free. That's right. $0 to get your content out on all major platforms. They're creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. That's extremely important for some of us who are just getting started and don't want to spend a lot of money on crazy, intricate programs and equipment. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. That's right. Just start talking about Anchor.fm like I'm doing, and hopefully they put coins in your pocket. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, that's Anchor app, ANCHOR, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear what you guys come out with. Bye.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome to our 8th episode of
Two Girls.
One back.
Yeah.
Two
Oh
Girls.
my god, we're like a shitty radio show.
Two Girls, One Buck. We are so excited to have you all back, still listening to us, talking shit, and supporting us.
Welcome, everybody, to my birthday episode.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be barely legal.
Yeah, this is popping out, and it's my birthday.
Come
so
on,
everybody Venmo me money.
Yeah.
Give them your Venmo. See what happens.
I don't know even know what my Venmo is.
Let's skip that. We'll
Well,
make
yeah.
we'll make a new one for Two Girls,
We're
One Buck.
we're gonna link our Venmo. Buy me a drink.
Yeah. So, once again, thank you all for being here for our 8th episode. This is actually my blackout episode, which means that my partners here do not know the topic.
She's gonna enter a biracial relationship.
Yes, exactly, at this moment in time.
Wow! It's
So
like The
great.
Bachelor, but with voices.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm literally just agreeing. I don't
Like,
know. I
what?
can't process it right now.
What?
My humor is very meta. you guys.
Bachelors, like, it's very one-sided. I'm confused. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
It made sense in my head.
Sure. That's why I just agree. Yep. So,
Smile and
You
nod.
sound like a
Smile and nod,
mental patient.
Yep, there it goes again. So, once again, Two Girls, One Buck. You can find us on the gram and the YouTube.
Posting sexy
and-
sexual content.
Yes, all day, day. Also, just on the general interweb, Two Girls, One Buck podcast.com. If you have topic ideas, you've got some suggestions, you want to tell us how weird we are, please email us or message us.
Don't tell me, I've got a very sensitive ego.
Yeah, he's got very, very thin skin. It's the youthful
The
skin.
thinnest, actually.
Yeah.
For some of you that are probably, this is the first episode you're listening to, if you're anything like me, when I discover a new podcast, I kind of like hop around on and go directly from the start. We are 3 people sitting in a closet right now.
It's a very luxurious recording
Yes.
studio.
I want everyone to
swamp
know.
cooled closet.
Yeah.
Everyone to know.
Filled with fabulous clothes.
But do we
The best.
sound amazing? Ooh, acoustics.
Yes. We are
Paid
working.
extra for these clothes.
Yeah, the clothes were not included with the
I know.
luxurious closet.
It's a
I'm pretty sure
business
your
investment.
hangers cost more than your clothes.
Okay,
I
first of
You
all,
got some,
most
like,
of these are
velvet
dry
hangers.
cleaner hangers. Oh, those
Yeah,
ones
most-
are.
I
That's
see
Yeah,
a lot
those
of
are-
wire hangers.
No, those are...
No more!
I'm gonna beat you. Come here so I can beat you.
Oh my god, yes.
Mommy
The late
dearest.
great Joan Crawford.
Wonderful lady.
What a great lady.
Yeah, I heard she was an actual monster.
I know, it's made her
I
great.
I
believe it.
love
I believe
that.
it.
Stop playing, fuckers!
What a diva.
Stop
what a
playing
diva.
with me, boys.
So what's new, y'all? How you been? What's been going on? How'd your week transpire?
Well, at this point, I am currently in the car on the way to the hotel.
For your B-Day back?
Yes.
Yeah, you're mentally
We're flashing forward.
Flash forward. Yeah, you're gonna just skip
To
through
release.
this coming week.
I want to keep content.
Current.
Day of. Very current, present.
Right. So we're looking ahead.
Yeah.
Forget today.
No, they have central air there.
Hopefully.
Wonderful.
And you know, when it's hotel air conditioning, 60 degrees. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds frigid.
It does sound really cold.
I love
I like a
that.
good chill 76.
That is not chill. That's lukewarm.
That's what I'm into. I don't really like to be cold.
Oh,
Personally.
really? I
being
love
cold.
to be cold and then have a blanket. This is very important content.
This is our
You're
chit-chat.
talking about, like, what temperatures you like the air to
I'm
be?
talking that I like when you go to a hotel, you get to bust that shit down and not worry about the light bill.
Yeah. How's your week been?
Great.
Convinced. I'm convinced.
Wow, yeah, that sounds really
It's
convincing.
been very tiring. I guess the one good thing that's happened, I've done a lot of self-care things. Like I went to the spa, got my hair done, got my
Yes.
nails done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Taking care of the self.
The soul.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so actually, Yaya and I both went to the spa yesterday, and it was fucking phenomenal. If I could
That's
afford
cool.
it, I would be there all day,
Mhm.
every day.
Mhm.
I love it. I love to just walk around naked and
It's a Korean
soak
spa.
my body. Yeah, there's no better hobby, in my opinion, than soaking your naked body amongst other naked women and then getting a scrub down by a little Asian lady.
You make that sound kind of creepy.
A little bit.
Yeah. Nothing's better than
And
having
your
your
eyes
body
are
scrubbed
closed.
raw in front of other naked
And
ladies.
then we all shower together, and we're just like, pass.
And then we accidentally fall and my lips caress your breast. Cece, this is not about your fan fiction.
We pass subtle glances to one another as we walk by.
Although I do love a spa.
Yeah, it was
I do
great.
love a
It was
spa.
really
I
cool.
love the spa. It's so nice.
I like the
literally-
steam room. I really like to just
I love all the rooms.
let
Mhm.
it destroy me.
Just like steam.
They had like a part of the place where the floors are heated, and let me tell
oh my
you,
god.
take an edible, go to a Korean
Mm.
spa, and stand
Mm.
on heated floors.
Mhm.
You will feel
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
right.
What a sense.
Yeah, we both were just standing there like hunchback, like rolling
It was
and twitching
amazing.
our eyes, standing in their pink prison uniforms.
And when I tell you this lady scrubbed me down, she scrubbed me like a
feel
russet
me,
potato.
feel how soft I am.
Yeah, I was laying
Like
there.
inside of your.
She was touching every inch of my body, and with fervor.
Did
Like,
she?
I gotta scrub this bitch clean.
Well, I mean, when I go there, they just like glance over me, but I guess it's just because I'm super clean.
No, she scrubbed every part with the same intensity, which was great for the rough areas, like my feet and elbows. But then, like, when she got to my stomach and chest and underarms, I was like,
Did
but
she-
it's still good. I still love it.
Did she
Yeah.
scrub your boobs? Don't
She
lie.
did.
Yeah.
Scrub my
Yeah.
I felt like she gave me
Yeah.
a full, like, mammogram. I feel like if she would have felt something, she would have said something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she was all massaging
She's
and
like, you're
shit.
clear. This
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
clear.
I'm
Get
like,
her out.
"Alright." I don't need to do my monthly touch
Secret
myself.
mammograms. This one's clear.
Do you do that? Do you do monthly mammograms?
I try to when I think of it. I don't do it in the shower. I usually do it like in bed where I'm like lotioning up my tits and I'm like, oh, I probably should check for lumps and bumps.
Classic.
I usually do it when I'm drunk.
Lotioning up your tits before bed.
What? I mean, they
I don't
deserve
know.
some lotion too. I don't want to have dry ass titties.
These are experiences I've never had to deal with. And
You
just
don't
a
put
I'm
lotion on your
processing.
pecs?
I
Just caress
don't
them a little bit?
use a lotion in general
Oh, I
because
use
I
deer
have
lotion.
very oily skin already. So like if I do that, then I get
Moisturized.
very
I love that.
greasy.
Very moisturized
Wish I
skin.
had that.
Well, yeah, that's what they
Don't-
say. I
don't
do
ever-
have reached a point in my life where I've got like face moisturizer, like SPF that I
Ooh,
put on every day.
adulting.
The girl at the tanning place like bullied me into it. She basically was like, "You're gonna get old in your face," and I was like, "Okay,
Like, if
well,
you're laying in this oven, here,
give me this
put some lotion
$60 lotion."
on. I'm happy for you. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so I guess I'm evolving. Everybody,
Great job. Great job.
Did I put my shirt on right today?
you did.
I believe you did.
That's
Yeah!
front side forward.
Oh, improvements.
Front
Whoop,
side
whoop.
forward.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank
Whoop,
you.
whoop, whoop.
Do you know when I went to go get my hair done? I was supposed to show up at 10:30 and I was there at 10:15. And she was like, I'm here, come on in. And I come in and she announces to everyone, oh my God, you showed up on time. She's like, oh my She's
The
like,
shade.
she was like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, won't he do it?
Honestly,
Won't he do it?
I'm not gonna lie. I saw a TikTok this week, and it was like,
Just one.
Yeah, I only watch one a week.
One a week.
Because I believe in moderation.
Yeah.
In all things.
And that's when you get like the Sims construction one that we were talking about.
Yeah, and then I get a Sims construction one. Why do I have to watch this whole video of this weird woman who's opening up Disney pins? Why is this even popping up? I don't care about this.
Yeah. Have you seen the black crystal one? Like, people are trying to find this really rare, some rock.
Yeah,
it's not even a real crystal.
I saw this guy and he got it. He was like, oh!
He's like, we're gonna be
and I was
millionaires
like, it's a rock that you paid $45 for. I don't get collect. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's stupid.
I believe crystals, but that was a full-on rock.
I would rather have nice clothes.
Do
or like
you?
Nice. Well, I'm working on it.
I'm collecting certain things, like theme things.
I don't have bad style.
I think you collect... I'm gonna stop at the shade. Let me stop it.
He collects complaints.
Yeah.
I do that too. You know what the problem is that when you were so poor for so long, you're like, these are my treasures.
Yeah,
this
true.
is when I had an extra $30. I bought that shirt and that shirt and that shirt at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
It is like being
And
inside
then-
the TJ
yeah.
Maxx.
And then sometimes you're like, I've never had this. I have so many things. I've never worn anything in that dresser.
What?
I've been here for 6 months. I've never pulled the thing out of it.
Because it's out of sight, out of mind.
Because I have the same, 25 articles of clothing that I wear every day. And I'm like, I should really, donate this. But then,
Or just spice up
But what
your
about that
wardrobe.
one day
Or
that
try
I have to wear
Poshmark or
a
something.
Hawaiian half shirt? Well, I'm not going to be ready for that
occasion
party.
may arise. No, it is interesting though. When you don't have money, at least for me, I did feel like I wanted to get more clothes just to put on that facade. That I do, even though I may not be driving the best car, whatever. I look cute every day.
You know who else said that? Rihanna.
Really?
Rihanna said she's getting bullied because they were asking her when she had won some humanitarian fashion award, which I don't know how those two come together. But
Yeah, it's an interesting combo.
I think she created
We're fashion for the poor.
She made snake boots out of not snakes.
Wow.
But she was saying she
What an
was
icon.
bullied in school a lot, and the way that she got over the bullying or how the bullying stopped, she was like, I probably couldn't beat her if we fought each other, but I always dressed better than her.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because style is
do
such
relate
an
to
interesting
Rihanna.
thing. I see some people.
Mm.
What is going on in your head that you're like, that's it? Do you just not pay attention to what anybody else looks like?
I think what's worse than having an eccentric or bizarre style, because actually I'm really attracted to people like that who just do their own thing and they don't give a fuck about what anyone else is wearing.
Same.
I think it's worse when you see the basic ass. They literally were like, oh yeah, I want what's on that mannequin at Wet Seal or Abercrombie or something. You know, they're like, yeah, give me that plain ass.
Like when we walked through Anthropology and everybody that was walking through Anthropology shopping looked like the mannequins.
Mm-hmm.
They were all that basic ass light wash blue jeans.
I switch things out.
I don't buy
I'm
their
not-
clothes per se, but I like
I'm definitely not the most wild dresser, but I have my
I think you
moments.
have good style.
Yeah, I think it's
When we
good
go
for
out.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, because that's the only time I care.
Right.
There are times where I'll walk around, I'm like, I look like a fucking troll, but it's fine. This is me.
I feel like that at home. Where
Yeah.
I'm just in my robe all day and who knows what else is going on.
Yeah, I have specific clothes that I won't even wear out of the house.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I don't look good
Filled
in
with
these.
holes.
But I look terrible in these, but are they really comfortable for me to lay on the couch for
Yep.
6 hours today?
Yep.
Yeah,
The
that's
answer is
exactly
yes.
what I need.
The answer is yes. So, for today's episode, dun dun dun.
He's a misery.
Yeah. Keeping you on your toes, everyone.
Okay, I'm on pins and needles. I really want to know what this
Okay,
episode is.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So once again, today's Blackout episode basically means that about once a month, among our rotation of topics, each one of us has a topic where we basically don't tell anyone else. And it's a surprise topic. So when we get here to record, we kind of just throw it on the partners and just see what comes out.
So
Love it.
we are hearing this just as soon as you guys are hearing this. Me and Ty have no idea what she's going to talk about, and I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm ready.
Ready, ready. Strap yourself in. It's a
Let
bumpy
the
ride.
rain fall down on this
God.
Blackout episode.
All right. So basically, a little context to this is that I was going through some stuff of mine, and I found an old journal agenda thing where it has all these.
I thought this was going to be
I was like, she's like, I found my old crank vibrator. His name was Hurley.
Oh no!
Big Bertha.
If you move Big Bertha out of the way,
Yeah, Big Bertha
in your old
takes up.
shoebox.
No, so actually it was an old old agenda/journal of mine that had prompts about where you see yourself in 10 years. And so I was like, oh, what are some of your 1-year goals, 2-year goals, 5-year, 10-year, and so forth? And so I actually got a good chuckle out of it because I was reading what I had wrote 10 years ago, which at that point I was 21. And
21.
yeah, so I'm aging myself here.
Oh my god, that's how old I am literally today, you guys.
Just a baby.
I can't wait to try my
He's
first
gonna have
alcohol.
First drink. He's gonna get a sex on the beach because he heard it was good.
My friends told me it's very healthy and tasty.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like somebody
One
drank.
sip. Ooh, I'm drunk. Oh my god.
Give me a luber.
A luber.
I can't even speak kisses.
Yeah, so I just thought it was basically pretty funny, some of the things I had written, and just looking back at the last 10 years, you know, some of the things I did accomplish and other things I'm way off from them, but I'm still happy in where I am. So I just thought it would be kind of funny. I was thinking back of my 21-year-old self and thinking what the things I would tell her at this point with this 10 years experience that I've gained. So I thought it would be cool if we each went around and talked about if you could go back in time and find yourself and be like, hey, bitch, it's me from the future. Let me tell you some shit, you know? So I think it'd be cool because both of you are at, you know, the end of your 20s. So
I don't think I like the Blackout episodes anymore. Drunk stories. Tell me about when you were 21. I'm like, ugh.
Well, you both would be teenagers still at that point. So I think that's really cool. 18, 19. Like, what would you tell yourself at that point?
I would be 12.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Whoa.
You mean 6 months old?
Yeah.
That's not. I'm 10.
I was cold. There was a lot of bright lights.
I remember someone spanking my bottom and holding me upside down.
And God was like, sorry, dude. And then he kicked me out of heaven.
What?
That's what I remember from 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
He's like, sorry, dude.
A way
You got a
different
rough
experience.
one. And then he kicked me out of heaven.
Got a rough one.
You wouldn't have been in heaven. You're gay.
No, he makes us in heaven. And then when we get down here and listen to music and watch TV, that makes us gay.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a cactus cooler? Cactus
I
cooler
was trying
turn
to
me
think of the
gay.
gayest drink I could
Cactus
think of.
cooler?
Cactus cooler turn me
That's
gay.
what
I
happened.
do like
Don't
cactus
drink it.
coolers. I haven't had those in a
Such a
while. That might be
delicious
my
drink.
Palm Springs drink.
Oh, cactus cooler
Is it
and
alcoholic or are you
tequila.
talking about the canned one?
It's alcoholic.
Okay.
No, cactus cooler is
I
a
thought
soda.
it was a juice. Yeah, like
But you can do a
soda.
cactus cooler shot.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
isn't
what I'm
it
talking
green
about.
And,
Cactus coolers.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like a green and
It's like a
yellow
shooter.
can.
It's a shooter.
It's like green and orange and yellow. It's got like
On
a
the can,
sunset
right?
and like a.
Yeah.
Can I remember?
Is it carbonated or
Cactus.
like a fruit punch?
It's
I was talking
carbonated.
about the shooter, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
I don't
tastes
think
like-
I've ever had
It
that.
tastes like a carbonated, liquefied form of one of those big pops.
Jolly Rancher. Or
No, the
something.
big popsicles. They're like.
Oh, I know. With the like 3 colors or something.
No, the one that's just like orange and red.
A popsicle or
Yeah.
lollipop? Okay.
We had different childhoods.
Yeah, we did.
Is that from the little truck that goes?
Mine was like SpongeBob popsicles and Powerpuff Girls popsicles.
My mom gave me
and like
vegetables.
push pops.
No, they pushed all the ice cream. There was only one ice cream truck where I grew up in.
Yeah, it
Like
sounds like a pedophile.
98.
He's like, these kids deserve ice cream, and
I'm monopolizing on this.
No, it turns out he was actually just a drug dealer.
I believe it. That's a great front. That's a
makes
great
sense.
front.
Well, yeah, tell it didn't.
You're like, I'm here for the ice cream.
He's like, what the fuck, man? I thought he was 22.
You have any of that?
Sir,
Girl
this
Scout
man
cookies?
is 12 years old.
Oh,
This
well,
man-
he
this
got an
man
old
is 12.
face. He's got an old face.
He must be Benjamin Button.
Oh, I thought he was 112.
Oh, man got a mustache. It's fake, sir. It's clearly peeling off.
It's like on his cheek.
He drew it on with Sharpie. It's running. That isn't a mustache. That's a grease smudge.
Yes.
Well, you know, my eyes ain't good because glaucomas.
That's why I smoke the herb.
That's why I get the marijuana helps my hurting eyes. Okay, so Cece.
Yeah, so I'll start. Give you all
I
some
was
time
about
to
to
think.
say, let's hear it. I want to know.
All right. So if I were to go back in time and talk to myself 10 years ago, one of the first pieces of advice I would give is to be kinder on my body. I always have been kind of powering through shit, thinking that I can do it all, pick up all the heavy shit, I'm fine, I'm strong. Turns out backs can get hurt really easily.
I
And
know
now
the
that my
truth.
back hurts every day, I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, like, calm down. You don't
Chill.
need to show out. calm
What were
the
you
fuck
doing?
down.
Like lifting couches and shit?
I was that person who, like, if someone was moving, I would always volunteer. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you moving? I always had, like, a bigger vehicle. Usually, not always. If I had a bigger vehicle, I'd be like, I'll help you. Get some food. Get some beer. I'll help you move. I help, like, a lot of my friends
I am
move.
100% the opposite. People are like, can you help me move? I'm like, oh, might sprain my ankle. Can't be there.
I moved a lot growing up, so I feel like I'm really good at packing and transporting shit, which is not that useful of a skill in your day-to-day life. But I've helped a good handful of my friends, and I'm at this point in my life where if someone's moving, I'm like, yeah, you should probably hire someone.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah, 100%. I'm at the point.
Because I realized already at that point where I was like, I don't want to help any more people move.
No. Honestly, when I moved in here, I was like, this is luxury.
Having someone else move you?
Yeah, because I was moved in and fully set up the same day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The last time I
exception to
moved
my
was
couch.
last year, and I did move my own shit with a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I thought, no thanks. No, ma'am.
So yeah, just kind of like being nicer on myself, getting more sleep, wearing more sunblock because I freckled a lot in the last 10 years. It's not my favorite. Maybe work out a little more and I might be in a better shape now, and probably sleep more because I'm fucking tired every day. Like, I feel like I've gotten to the point where I can't catch up on the amount of sleep I've lost.
You never can.
Like,
you
no
never
matter
can.
if I sleep an entire day, I still wake up and I'm fucking tired. Like,
All
what
the
is
time,
happening?
man. All
What
the
is
time.
happening? Why?
I think we're dying.
Can someone explain that?
I think we're dying.
I think after 25, you technically are.
I think your cells are functioning at the type of capacity
Every day,
they're supposed
like,
to. Yeah, they're just like,
Lost
I'll get
another
there
dozen.
when I'll get there.
Yeah, like, it's hard for me to get up off the couch sometimes and just make myself some food. I'm like, I'm too
100%.
tired.
I fall into that category.
I'm too tired.
It's just after a long day, I don't want to do anything.
I know.
I don't. I'm trying to do it more because when I do it, I'm one of those people that's like, leading up to that, I'm like,
Think a lot about it.
yeah, I'm just like,
you psych yourself out.
this is
Yeah.
I'm not going to have my time to watch my TV. You know I need that to
Oh,
recuperate.
no.
I'm not going to have my time
You
to
sound
wander.
so old. Watch my stories. I need time
Literally.
to watch my
shows.
I have to schedule it because it's the only time I get to turn my brain off.
Same.
That's why I love everything that I love in terms of content is completely mind-numbing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love The Housewives, because guess what? I'm going to turn my brain off for about 2.5 hours, not have to worry about grown-up shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to watch these
Just
ridiculous, older, rich women fight about things that I couldn't even imagine.
And just assume that instead of watching it through a TV, you're standing right there with them.
Yeah, like, just me fantasizing, like,
You're just
can't
fly on the
wait.
wall, just an assistant.
I
Here,
can't
get the
wait
tea.
till I become one of them.
Do you feel like these reality shows make you feel better about yourself? I know you've said that before, Yaya, when you watch, like, the 1,000-pound life.
Well, there's like 2
100%.
different types of reality shows I watch. I watch like a lot of women in really high-powered situations, like The Housewife or like Love and Hip Hop. I like to see their fashion, what they're wearing, and how they interact and what they drive. That gives me kind of like a fantasy type of thing, where like escapism. That's more of escapism.
Okay.
And then I like to watch Filth, where it's like Jocelyn's Cabaret, Dr. Pimple Popper, Hoarders, 600-Pound Life, because then I just feel, that's when I want to feel good.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, science.
So that's probably one of the things I would tell myself. If you are young and out there, take care of your young body, because it's not going to last, I'll tell you what.
So where did you see yourself in 10 years ago?
Well, according to this planner agenda thing, I would already be teaching in a classroom, which I'm not. I did get my degree, which was one of my accomplishments. Great. I don't know, some other things was just kind of being more, I guess, in my mind at that time, like adulting, like having more, like, I guess, better hobbies than binge drinking.
Fair.
No one laughed. We're just like, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
well, I mean, no, not until you tried it.
Well, I mean, one of the things I am pretty proud about is my traveling. I have upped the ante. I would say more in the last, probably like 7-ish years. One New Year's resolution I gave myself was that I would go to at least one new place each year, which I like to give resolutions that I'm not going to like feel bad about. You know, like, oh, I got to go to the gym every day. Fuck. I'm like, oh, I should like try a new food and then go to a new place once a year. And then I can actually accomplish those things.
A new sex position.
Yeah, exactly. Feel good about myself.
I'm going to try missionary.
For a change. I'm going to calm it down a little bit in the bedroom. Oh my god, can you imagine who says that?
I can't wait to try missionary.
I'm just too freaky. I got to calm it down in the bedroom.
Too freaky.
But this time I'm going to pretend I'm a corpse.
Oh god. I'm going to shavasana while you fuck me.
I'm going to convulse. So
Oh,
it's
no.
really weird.
Oh no. No, I got no regrets as to where I am in this day, but I just thought it was kind of interesting looking back and seeing those things that I...
What do you think was the most important thing that you learned from 10 years ago until now?
I'm really interested in like life lessons that you've learned, things that you think have, changed you for the better as a person. Like, I know for me, as a young adult, I was very, I would say, kind of like brash. Mostly for the fact that I left home at 17 and I started working and like basically caring for myself completely at that age. And so I was very much like, fuck all y'all. I'm doing what I need to do. I don't give a shit. If you're not aligned with my plan, then get the fuck out of my face.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because like you're in survival mode.
I was in survival mode,
so
exactly.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense that you would be that way.
But I think I was kind of like a little bulldozing through life in that sense, where I was just kind of like not caring about,
I guess that's one of the phases.
What do you mean?
People have different experience, similar phases.
What do you mean?
That's interesting.
You move through phases in life. You have different points in your life. In most cases, like from my experience, like you realize, okay, I have become different. I've changed, I've evolved, I've gained a greater understanding.
Yeah.
And it's through these phases that I think most people go through. Like,
Hopefully.
Being childish, being angry, being forceful, being passive.
Oh, I'm still angry.
You're stuck in that phase, babe.
Someday.
I came out the womb like, ooh, white man.
Like, fist out.
Punch out the puss.
Okay, that's a good title. Punching out the puss.
Story of my life.
Came out of the puss punching.
Yeah. Pussy puncher.
But yeah, I definitely, some of the key things is, I guess, just kind of valuing people a little more. Since from my background, I was more of, I guess you could say, a lone wolf. I didn't really cherish as many relationships that, looking back, I feel like maybe I kind of messed up in those certain areas. I am where I am, so I'm not like, woe is me kind of thing. Yeah, but it's more like I don't want to go through life dismissing or hurting others. Like, I'm at the point where I do actually care about putting in more good energy into the world, and I think maybe it's because I've evolved out of the survival mode. I'm a little more settled, and I'm feeling more like at ease or comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of putting a little more value into like the day-to-day interactions instead of more dismissive and, I don't give a shit if you're not like helping me in my life path, then like bye-bye.
I think that's interesting because that's the perfect framework for how humans in history have worked. When we were in survival mode, we were always in wars with each other, always fighting and raping and pillaging, and then once we were
good old days.
I do like a good rape and pillage, yep.
And then once we were able
rape
to like settle,
village.
we were able to then focus on cultivating like culture for ourselves and community and
settling down. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's a good analogy.
I don't think you're ever out of survival mode. I think you just adjust to it.
No, there's a time when you're out of survival mode.
I don't feel that urgency that...
Like, I'm not in survival mode anymore.
I think that everybody's
I'm like
always
living
in,
through like
some form of... You're never out of survival mode. You're always doing things to protect yourself somewhat. You just become more comfortable with where you are, more put together. You're not as stressed out about it because you know you can handle it, right?
I wouldn't consider myself surviving right now. I would consider myself thriving.
Yeah. I think what Ty's saying is that, to a certain extent, everyone's got their own interest in mind at the top of the pyramid, right? And I do agree with that. Everyone's maneuvering through life trying to get the best for yourself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's part of the reason why I don't want to be a parent, is that I don't want to have to, like, forego my own desires for someone else's. And
Amen.
that might be selfish, but I don't give a shit.
To the man.
So I do agree with what you're saying in the sense that everyone's kind of looking out for themselves. But I think it's different. When I first was on my own, like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I knew what I had. Like, I need to make money. Right. I need to make money, a roof over my head, this and that, whatever. And so I was very much hyper-focused, almost like the horse with the blinders. Don't look anywhere else. I've always been kind of not very trustful person. And so that's kind of another aspect. Just thinking back on relationships in my life that I probably could have done better in. Not to say that I need to be more trusting initially of people, because I've always been more of a, like, you're on a neutral ground until you've earned my trust. I don't necessarily, like, jump into trust immediately. But I have heard over the years, you're guarded, you don't let people in in easily, this and that. And I think that if I had maybe approached certain relationships or scenarios in different ways, they might have had a better outcome than they ended up.
I think you ended up fine. I say fuck people. People are, you never know how the spectrum could have ended. You could have ended up overly trusting, and now you're really hurt.
Right. No, and I'm not saying that I'm not fine. I'm just thinking back at, like, you know, if I were to go to 21-year-old me, I was a little more of the extreme.
Yeah, she's giving her younger self advice on what she thinks she could have done better of those tests.
Exactly.
I think she should have given people a fairer chance.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying that, like, I should have changed my life path to change where I am today. I love where I am today. I am totally thriving. I love it. I'm having a great time. I'm living my best life. I'm just saying, like, if I were to tell 21-year-old me, just kind of, like, be a little more in that gray area as opposed to the black or white, because I think because of the way I was raised.
Definitive.
Yeah, I was a little like, it's either this or that. It's black or white. It's yes or no. You know, it's good or bad. I trust you or don't trust you. Like, if I don't trust you, get the fuck out of here. You know?
Yeah.
So I think I was a little harsher in that sense. So that's something that I would probably give myself some advice, just to not necessarily throw caution to the wind, but just maybe it's okay. Like, not everyone's your mortal enemy. So
I think that's cute. I like that. That's very nice.
Not yet.
I would also say probably should curb your drinking now, because it escalates pretty quickly.
Hell, you ain't dead.
I don't know how my liver's holding up, but we'll see.
Oh, we'll see when you poop it out.
Poop out my liver? Oh, God. Can you imagine? Oh, no! I'm like, what the hell did I eat? Wait a minute.
What's following me?
Wait a minute.
Well, hold on just a minute.
Oh, no.
That's my motherfucking liver!
They ain't supposed to be brown like that.
Another huge life lesson that I think
it would be red.
Like a maroon.
I haven't seen a human liver in person, so
Not lately.
Unfortunately, sorry guys.
Another big thing that I did learn over the years is to invest my money more in experiences than things. Because as we were talking earlier about how when you don't have a lot of money, at least for me, I wanted to kind of show out that I would spend a lot of my money. Like, I'd obviously take care of the big things like rent and whatnot, but I really enjoyed getting new things and looking real cute and showing out, because I think I was lacking in those other areas and I was trying to make up for it in that sense. But over years, and especially over multiple moves, I realized, like, I got a lot of shit, and, like, do I really need all this shit? Just like you were saying, Ty, you haven't even worn half the shit out of your dresser. Like, I'm the same way. I'm number one guilty of having way too much clothes, accessories, whatever. And I wish I had started sooner traveling and investing more in just these memories and experiences and having time with friends where I could go and not worry about finances and not worry about, oh, you know, can I afford to take time off of work, instead of having a closet full of cute clothes. So that's something that I would really tell my younger self as well, is just invest more in experiences, because at the end of the day, you know, you're not going to take any of that crap with you, but when you're old and sitting on your porch and be like, yeah, you're going to be thinking about those times that you had a blast with your friends. You're not going to be thinking like, oh, I'm so happy I bought that cute little polka dot dress at Ross that one time. So that's another thing. A big one, watch out for your tires. Tire health on your car is really important.
That's what you would tell your 21-year-old self. Watch out. You would go from all this very philosophical, life-changing, very soul-searching thing.
And then make sure you change your bed sheets as well.
No, because I didn't.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to go through that.
The Lyme disease.
I've actually had, while on the freeway, tires pop on me, and those are terrifying. I totaled one of my cars because of it.
I didn't realize. Never had that happen.
Well,
my dad's on my back.
One of the things is that
I haven't heard that in a while.
I know you missed it.
Hi, is your dad a mechanic?
Yeah, he's a mechanic.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna make a song just called "My Dad's a Mechanic."
Oh my god! Please, let me feature on it.
Yes.
Working and turning and spinning the wrench. Tires popping, burning. Everything's stretched. Mechanic song. Yeah, mechanic song. Lug nut. Catch us on iTunes.
Love it. No, but we were talking about this the other day. Yeah, that going through the mindset of cheap is better, but I've definitely realized over the years that you do want to invest in certain things, like your car. Yeah, don't go the cheap route.
So invest in yourself and invest in your car.
Yeah, invest in
Amen.
It's better to spend more money and get quality than to get more quantity and shitty quality.
What I'm hearing is like you're basically the new Jesus. Be kind to thy neighbor, be kind to thyself, be kind to thy automobile.
Yeah. I'm the modern Jesus.
That was in Deuteronomy chapter 420.
Yep. And don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Unless don't do it.
Unless you're playing that game. Just kidding. Just don't
It's
do
not
that.
a
Don't do
game.
that.
Don't do
that.
it.
Not worth it.
Uber boober.
Or Lyft.
Or walk.
Yeah.
Or, get your fucking bicycle.
Yeah, walk.
Get you a good dog and a wagon.
It's what humans are supposed to do anyways.
Yeah, you'll be healthier. Yeah, take more walks. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not good.
It's what you're meant to do.
That's why I paid for a car.
That's why I walk from the couch to the fridge.
Yeah, 100%.
Multiple times.
My fridge.
I'm an overachiever.
My fridge does not come to me. And it's
that should be a thing.
You know what side note, do you know what I saw on the internet today? There's a new suitcase out that follows you.
I love that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You don't have to,
that.
and if it's within 6 feet of you, it like beeps and
my
locks
God.
down.
It's like a little baby,
Yeah. And you don't have to tell it anything. There's no app or anything. Like, you've set up a code or whatever. I don't know how it does. It has
In your
AI.
phone?
Wow.
And then it just follows you.
That's both creepy and fascinating.
I also discovered
There's one that turns into a scooter.
Yeah, I've seen that when you hop on
I totally want that shit. A suitcase scooter.
it. You just sit on it, and it drives you away.
Or you stand. It's a scooter.
Oh, I've seen where the ones you sit on.
I've seen the ones where you
Oh,
sit
I've
on
never
it.
seen that.
Yeah.
What? I've
You
seen
sit
one
on
where
it.
it's like a suitcase, and then like a thing pops down, and then you stand on it, and the suitcase.
Oh, but then
is
you
in
gotta
the front.
use your foot to propel. I want a motor.
Yeah, it's a
I
motor.
think
Like
it's
you.
motorized.
Oh.
I haven't seen the sitting kind.
Fact check us.
We'll see. No, you know what would be crazy?
A clown with a knife.
That would be crazy. That'd be terrifying as well. Okay, so Yaya and I go to this hot pot place that has a little robot called Peanut that will bring your food out to you. What if you had like that, but a refrigerator? And you're like, hey, refrigerator, I'm hungry. And it would be like, zip, 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 zip.
Another beer, stupid.
Open itself up to you.
And then it would be great if it could like produce any food you wanted. Like I didn't have to fill it up.
That'd be the next level.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
I'm really
If
feeling
anyone
some
wants to invest in
stroganoff.
these ideas, hit us up.
Yeah,
If
angel
anybody
investors.
has a
Yeah, we got lots
patent
of great
on
ideas.
a magic robotic refrigerator, please let us know.
Call it Reefy.
Please send us the link.
Reefy, that's cute.
Send us the Amazon on that. We need it.
So, those are the things that I would tell my 10-year younger self. I can go back in time.
10-year-old? Oh my God,
10 year,
girl.
yeah, I'm only 20.
Never get your titties scratched, baby.
So if you could go back in time and give yourself advice 10 years ago at your viewpoint today, what would you tell yourself? Okay, Ty, so what would you tell yourself if you could flash back 10 years ago and give your, what would it be, 12-year self advice?
Yeah, I would tell my 12-year-old me to tell my mom the winning lottery numbers. That's it. So let's see. Me, exactly 10 years ago.
Almost 19.
I was almost 19 years old, and I just started going to junior college. And you know what I remember most? I was like,
What did you hate about it? The fact that it was a junior college, that you had to go to school?
Yeah, honestly, you know, because the way that I grew up with being homeschooled, I didn't get a diploma, so I had a GED. So I was already pissed about that, because you don't have a lot of options in terms of,
right.
you didn't do any high school prep, you didn't do any of that.
AP classes, take the SAT.
There was no option for me, an exception to a junior college, and I was upset about that, because I always thought I was too smart for it. Like, I had a very high concept of myself.
You did?
In terms of intelligence. I always have. I've always thought that I was smart. So it was definitely, like, at that time in my life, a blow to my go. There were a lot of things. I was very angry. My parents had just gotten divorced. You know, a lot of things had changed in my life that were drastic.
Jarring.
Yeah. You're entering adulthood. You're trying to figure shit out. I had no clue. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I never really had, like, a very distinctive path. I just kind of knew where I wanted to be.
Yeah, same. Same for me, yeah.
Yeah, I was always just like, I just don't want to be this.
Right, yeah.
You know, like,
I looked at my mom and I was like, whatever I do, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, 100%. I was just like, I've got to go to school. I've got to learn how to take care of myself. There's not going to be somebody, like, you're not going to have anybody to take care of you. Truly, as an 18, 19-year-old, my thought was, there is no guarantee that anyone will take care of you.
Oh, 100%.
So you have to get your shit together. And figure it out.
And shout out to the junior colleges, though, because I went to one as well, and there's no shame. Honestly, I think it's a smart path because you save a lot of money. You got a lot more room.
I mean, hindsight's 2020.
Right,
I came out of college with a $3,800 student loan and a bachelor's degree. So,
good job, man.
No, I think that me on the precipice of 19, what would I tell myself?
And it's more like, instead of like where you are in that moment, think about like in the next 10 years, what advice, because that's where I took it. Instead of thinking like, where was I at this exact age? It's more like, what are big picture things that over the next 10 years would be helpful to myself 10 years? That's where I was thinking.
Probably, I would say, not everything's life-threatening. take a breath.
Interesting. Like, it's not that extreme.
Like, not everything is gonna be the end of it. You know, you reached that point in your adulthood where you're like, oh wow, I've been through so many things and
I didn't die.
It never took me out. But as a kid, you just don't understand it.
Yeah.
You know, everything's the end of the world. Like, I have no idea what's going on. That's one of the blessings of getting older, I guess. But I think me at 19, I was just like very afraid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So you think you've gained a lot of confidence since then?
I think I've gained a lot of things. I ended up where I wanted to be at a certain point in my life. Not at the exact moment, but I was like, oh, you know, before I turn 30, I want to be here. I want to be able to do this. I want to do that. And this is the progression. I think the main thing that I realized is that you cannot plan out your life, buddy. Like, as much as you try, you cannot plan out your life. It's not going to work out that way. You just got to keep on trying and find something that works.
And I love that because that's actually what inspired this topic, is that I was looking back and I was like, I've always loved using a planner and really micromanaging, especially when I was in college, my time and what I had to do, because I was juggling a lot of things. And so that's, you know, the planner was prompting like, where do you see yourself at this point and at that point, and I was like, oh, after this I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and then I'm gonna do that and this and that. And it was just it was funny to me. I found myself looking it over and just chuckling. I'm like, wow, I was so, in a sense, determined, which is not a negative thing. I'm still determined.
You just didn't have an understanding of how the world worked. Like, it doesn't work like that.
I had
That's
like
a TV
stepped
show.
in it. Exactly. I had stepped my way up, and it's like, okay.
I feel like schooling does that to you too. Like, it kind of ingrains in you that you have to know what your next
game
step
plan,
is.
yeah. Because I went into college not knowing what I was going to do, and that's actually why. I mean, I never really planned on going to a 4-year because of the way I graduated as well. I was also homeschooled, not the whole time, but regardless,
Twins.
I knew homeschool twinsies.
Wow. Hopefully our moms aren't the same, right?
Oh my God, are you my longest brother?
Could you imagine? And on the next episode of Days of Our...
We reveal our 23andMe
Days
results.
of Our Bucks.
Yeah, and so I really actually appreciated that about a junior college, is that I could go and have a little more wiggle room instead of having to like declare what I was going to do and finish in 4.
I went to junior college for 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I went
That's
for...
a super senior.
Yeah, well, that's a super
I was
senior.
like 4.5 because I was getting financial aid. And I got called into the financial aid office, and they're like, what are you doing? Because my last couple semesters, I was taking like theater, dance, singing, yoga. And they're like, what are you doing?
Just a housewife.
I was like, I'm developing myself. They're like, not on our bill, bitch.
not on FAFSA, mamas.
Yeah.
Declare.
No, get a fucking move on.
Right, because I didn't get any financial aid until my last year of college. So when I was in junior college, I was saving money to go to college, because I was like, well, nobody's going to co-sign for it.
Yeah.
Which did not happen. I paid for it out of pocket, but college is expensive.
Big baller. Yeah, it is.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. That was like my one thing. I wanted to be the first person in my family to graduate from college.
That's
and
awesome.
I did it.
You did it!
Like, ever?
Yeah.
Like, no one in your family?
Well,
ever?
like my direct family.
Like your immediate?
Your immediate family.
Yeah, like my grandparents never went to college, but one of my cousins has a college degree, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, my little sister just got her.
Oh, congrats, little sis.
Oh, congrats. That's awesome.
Congrats.
She's number 2.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their own journey. What else do we want to know?
Yeah,
life's a bitch. It'll punch you in the dick every day. You know what? Some of the best advice that I ever received,
Life's
and I
hard when
still
you die.
remember it to this day, it was around that same time period, I think I went to go tell my aunt that I was gay. And I was having a real hard time about it, because I was like, I'm gonna get like kicked out, you know, all the things that you think.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her, and she's like, oh, you know, like, I don't care about that like that. And obviously I knew that because I was going there.
Right.
So she's like, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice though, Ty. Your whole life you're gonna eat shit, so you have to get used to the taste.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, you know, that's the truth. A lot of time you just gotta doing things that you don't want to do so you can do the things that you do want to do.
That's 100% true.
And little did we know the amount of fecal matter that is in everyday food. She's right.
And the amount of booty holes.
Just
Just kidding. I'm a Christian. I am a Christian.
Wow.
Signed, sealed, baptized. I'm Jesus.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Saved. Hashtag saved.
That's a really funny, interesting piece of advice. And when I was working in education, whenever a kid would complain about, I don't want to do this, and I would tell them straight up, well, you're going to learn that in life there's going to be a lot of things that you don't want to do, and you just got to do them.
Your parents.
So I don't want to hear your whining.
You even say that.
That's the truth.
Amen.
But it's great. I love that balance that you touched on. It's that, like, there's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of shit to eat. But you have to deal with that shit in order to do the things that you do.
Yeah.
It's all about being adaptable, baby.
Chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a chameleon.
I thought you said adoptable. I'm like,
That too.
What the hell? You don't
Adaptable.
want to
That
adopt
too.
the ones that is wildin'.
Yeah.
That's
Adaptable
true.
and adoptable.
Yep.
What would I say to my 18-year-old self?
Take that dick.
No,
It can fit if you try.
It'll stretch.
with a little bit of determination, you can do anything.
A little pain with the pleasure never hurt anyone.
It'll stretch, bitch. It'll stretch.
I was listening to what you guys were saying, and they're all like great points, and I feel like I kind of encompassed all of that. During that time was literally one of the top 3 lowest times of my life, so I probably
100%.
Don't.
Same here.
What would I tell myself? To be patient, maybe? Meaning, like, I wanted to be out of poverty. I wanted to be out of my shitty situation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I worked immensely, and I was tired all the time because I was trying to quickly get out of this situation when it was already going to happen no matter what I did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think not no matter what you did. I mean, you were on the right path, but I think patience is a huge thing that you learn over time. Is, you know, we all think of little kids where they're like, I want it, give it to me now. Yeah. You know, it's like, no. Like, you have to learn. You know, and it's like that, I think, travels through into your young adulthood, that it's hard to understand the big picture when you're younger, but when you look back and you're like, okay, well, I was doing the right things. I maybe wasn't able to create the visionary life that I wanted at that time, but I worked my way there. And look at where I am now.
Yeah, that dream life comes in different colors.
Right, it's not going to be...
You know what I mean? That dream life is
rainbow.
not always going to be the same thing. It'll be there, but yeah,
Maybe also to like to focus on my finances more, be actively aware of saving and building credit and setting yourself up
That's
for
a
tomorrow.
huge one. Yeah, I would tell myself that too. Yep.
Yeah, because I was definitely more like I wanted instant gratification, so I would like buy what I want now. Like I would go out and eat because I worked in restaurants heavily during this time, so I would use my tips to put it back into the same company so I can eat instead of me getting groceries. And bringing food in, you know? Just little stuff like that. Like, just being more, like, money conscious.
Yeah. When I worked retail, looking back, oh my God, I could kick myself because I was working so hard, and then I would get that check and I'd fucking spend it in the same goddamn store. Buying shit that I saved for 2 weeks, I, like, would shove behind shelves and shit. I'm like, oh, this is on hold for me. And then I'd give them, like, the majority of my check, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of slave am I here?
Well, I worked for Gap, and I think this is fucked up if they're still doing this, but shout out Kanye also worked for Gap. Yeah. But I worked for
Just
Gap.
bought a bunch of Gap, too.
Yeah, fuck Gap. But I worked for Gap, and the reason why I say fuck them is all Gap employees have to wear Gap clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, so they pay them.
Like,
I don't know how the pricing is now because I'm actually banned from Gap for life. I can't go into any of them.
Side
But
note.
That's
during
a later
this
story.
time,
yeah. That's
during
another
this
episode.
time when I was working there, I was getting minimum wage was what, like $11, $10 at the time, and their pair of jeans were $75. So it was just to me like a really fucked up system. Like at least pay your employees more if we're forced to wear your fucking highly expensive $50 shirt.
Or did they give you a good discount?
Yeah, you got like 30% off or whatever. But
Forever 21 gave us 10%, which is fucking trash. Like, fuck Forever 21. Don't buy their shit. It's trash. It's gonna fall apart in the wash.
Never worked retail.
Fuck that place.
Yeah, that's good.
I worked at McDonald's, and that was a fucking
Retail
shit show.
or restaurants, I think everyone should at some point in their life, because I do
Service
believe
industry.
the service industry builds character, and it makes me a more conscientious shopper or customer.
I mean, I worked at a McDonald's drive-thru for a year. There's no lower caliber of person that you could meet in their life than someone who's running through a McDonald's drive-thru.
Excuse me, can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Yes. So can I get your shawiti meal? Have you heard of that one yet? The shawiti meal? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, obviously, I'll take any sponsor, especially like McDonald's.
Yeah, 100% McDonald's. Because I had
that girl does
woman...
not eat McDonald's, though. You know she does not eat McDonald's. I'll take a
I
McDonald's
saw that
check,
and
though.
I was like, okay, this is a meal. This is like a normal thing that you just put
This
the
is just
sauce on top. You just poured the sauce on the nuggets in the thing. So it's like not a separate thing than a 10-piece.
Mm-hmm.
You just get sweet and sour sauce and pour on the top. You're not like, what the fuck is this?
It's all marketing.
It's like ridiculous. I
But
think
people
it's so
are out
stupid.
there like, wow.
Oh, I just got the
Sweetie.
sweetie meal. It's like, you could have got the sweetie meal anytime in the last 10 years.
That's how I feel about, like, the McRib. They're like, the McRib is back. I'm like,
Although
who gives a fuck?
I do miss honey mustard.
I do like honey mustard.
Did it go somewhere?
Yeah, they don't have it at McDonald's anymore.
Really?
No.
Wow, what a time to be alive.
I know. The world is falling apart.
So yeah, that's basically my thing. Be patient and work on your finances.
Okay.
Alright. And I would also still tell myself the winning lottery numbers.
That is brilliant. I would definitely tell myself that.
Like, come up with the song that I know is popping right now. Like, make your song.
Yeah. Oh,
Bodak Yellow!
Isn't there a movie?
But yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
about the
movie where
Beatles.
some guy went back in time. I didn't actually watch it, but then he, like, was playing all
You
the
did
Beatles
see.
songs.
You didn't watch those, but we're on the cruise.
Oh, yeah. I saw bits and pieces of that, and I was just like, oh, I hate
Was
that.
it not that good?
I
I
just didn't
honestly don't
enjoy the
remember.
main actor. He may be a very good actor, but in that movie I found it to be incredibly irritating and like me, so I didn't watch the rest of it.
Meek? What an irritator.
Yeah, it's like he's like one of those people who's like, I'm cute because I'm just like
I wasn't getting that vibe from him at all. I don't know if we watched
That's
the
what
same
I got.
movie.
No, the one where he like bonks his head and then he knows.
He's like an
then
idiot.
Yeah.
He's the only one that knows about the Beatles, yeah.
Yeah, I just can't stand that character arc. I just think it's terrible. I think it's not funny.
We do need a strong character arc.
Yeah, I do like, because I'm such a movie stiffler. Like, I'll be like, okay,
Savant?
well, sure, maybe. You know I watch a shitload of TV.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll, like, in my mind, I critique, like, scripts. I'm like, the script is terrible. But,
This dialogue sucks.
This dialogue sucks, but I hope she throws that fireball soon. Because I do watch a witch show.
Oh, I do like a good fantasy.
Okay, well, then, Cece, I know it's your Blackout episode, but I would like to add an ending question.
Okay.
What would you say to yourself 10 years from now?
Ooh, thinking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lord, I'd be 41.
Well, if I'm still alive.
God, I don't want to think that.
I'll be
I hope
15.
I'm living abroad somewhere at this point. You'll be 15. How does time work for your life?
I'm a time traveler.
10 years from now, you'll be 15.
What would 28-year-old tell 38-year-old? Bitch, you better have gotten it right.
Yeah.
You better not be working right now.
What's the thing that you would ask yourself? That's a better question. What would you ask?
What advice would I ask from myself?
No, like, what would you just ask your 38-year-old?
What would you ask 38-year-old you?
Are we working? Did we find a sugar daddy? Do we live in America?
Those are good questions.
So,
it's timelines get convoluted,
why
y'all.
would you
It's
ask
10
your
years from
younger
now.
self? You would already know.
So, yourself right now, you don't know what you're going to be doing.
I'm going to ask my 41-year-old self.
Well, you can ask him one question. What is
Got it. Okay. What's the winning lotto number?
Don't steal my joke, bitch.
Go to the newspaper right now and pull up.
Grab you a newspaper.
I don't think there'll be newspapers.
I don't think there would be. I was just thinking about that. There's going to be like digital. Like,
grab you an Android tablet.
I don't think it's going to be.
It's going to be a chip in our brain.
Yeah.
Poke your eye and read the newspaper.
Oh, looks great today. Sunny and clear.
Oh no, Rhonda died. Oh, Rhonda.
What would you ask yourself?
Did we do it?
Did we do it, babe?
That's what I'd ask myself. Did we do it?
And obviously you would know what you're talking about.
He would know what I was talking about.
Yeah. That's great. I love that. Great question. All right. Well, that wraps up.
Well, I have 68 more.
Oh, well, we're going to have
What will you name your kid?
side segment for Ty to, if you'd like to hear all 69 of his questions.
I only can ask questions in sequences of 69 or 420.
Right. That makes sense, totally. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Once again, we are 2 girls and 1 book. This was episode 8, our Blackout episode. Please follow, like, comment, subscribe, and tell everyone.
Whatever you do on the internet, do it, okay?
Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your cousin.
Yeah,
cool
if your
we
mom's fun and she listens to this and she laughs and she's cool, and if she's not,
We
get
like her.
rid of her.
Yeah,
Find a
push
new
her off for
mom.
lunch.
She's not your mother anymore.
Yeah, turns out. Ugh. So, yeah, thank you everyone for listening. We are so glad that you are still here with us, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, next week's my episode, so you guys better be ready.
Ooh, episode 9 is
9. Fine 9.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.